Good morning. And Trevor's waving. We have Trevor in for Heather all this week. How you feeling, Trev, on this Monday?
I feel good. I feel refreshed, refurbished, relaxed.
Wow.
Ready to go. I was at home the last week. I was on vacation. I actually had somebody email me. They asked me where I was this weekend. They missed me. I wasn't here.
That's
Sorry.
nice.
Well, I was here on Saturday, but I wasn't here yesterday, and I wasn't here the previous weekend. I think he thought I left or something.
You become a part of people's routine, Trevor, and when you're not there, people get wondering. They have questions. And Trevor, you
Like,
have
where's
answers,
Heather?
don't you?
Speaking of
That
routine.
too, yeah. It doesn't really matter who it is. They're all, you just become part of people's routines. So
She's on vacation too, by the way.
she is, yep. Yep. A lot of people are this week. Gib is off, so we have Dan in for him this week. And today's Gib's birthday.
And I learned that today.
Happy birthday, Gib.
Happy birthday, Gib.
And we have Santa Claus waving.
Yep. That was for a different, it was attached to a different question of the day or a weather question of the day, like weather trivia question. And
Yeah.
honestly, I just didn't care to change. I was like, it's Christmas week. Let's just leave him up there.
It's
Even though
fine.
the question has absolutely nothing to do with Santa. Let's just leave him there. Give us a good old wave.
2 more days when it kind of
more
makes
days.
sense to use
2 more
a
days.
Santa
And as a
Claus
reminder,
graphic.
we won't be here. There's no morning show on Christmas Day.
Correct.
And I get to go be with family. So
That'll be nice.
pretty excited.
Yeah.
BK doesn't have any plans. He's just going to relax.
Just relax
Christmas
on
is,
Christmas
is,
Day.
is,
Exactly.
is his freebie. The one freebie he gets a year that he doesn't have to use vacation time for.
Exactly, yeah. We don't have a morning show on Christmas. Oh, also New Year's Day.
That too.
Those are the only 2 holidays, yeah. Let us know where you're watching from this morning. And Trevor has a lot to talk about regarding snow and travel. So the floor is yours, Trev.
Well, I guess we'll open up with how we always do. Our question of the day, we will answer it, or not answer it, we will read it. So you guys can think about what answer you want to do, and then we'll go right into the weather and we'll go in as depth as possible. All right, so we'll start with this. On this day in 1989, a massive cold snap, and massive is definitely the word I would use there. That's not an over-exaggeration. Impacted the U.S. with a record-breaking blank number of low-temperature records across the country. Now, I say across the country, but really it was the Central Plains and anything east of there, anything west of the Rockies or during the Rockies impacted within that was not really affected by this. Like, if you could draw a line from Montana down through like Colorado and New Mexico, did not get any of this. But everything east of that, very, very cold for a whole day and lots of low temperature records. So we'll let you sit on that and while I get into the fun weather that we have today. You know, this is our one bad day of the week. It's not like a few weeks ago, where we had lake effect snow that lasted for several days, over a week for some people. This is just one bad day. It's system snow that we have to deal with, and then tomorrow's gone. We go back to flurries and mostly cloudy skies. Cloudy skies are just always there. They never go away in the winter, I swear. So there's the look. Obviously, this is Mackinac Ridge, or at least what you can see of it. A very good portion of it is just completely invisible right now. Or rather, you just can't see it because the visibility is too low to do so because of heavy snow that is falling. Now we'll go over to radar. So there you go. That's what we're looking at right now. So the system isn't even fully here yet. We're still technically ahead of this. As the system is just crossing into, I believe, lower southern Michigan right now. And as you can see over the past couple hours, we've been slowly adding more snow to this. It started off with some snow ahead of a warm front off to the east. Some people got sideswiped very early in the morning, and I was talking about that at like 5 o'clock. There was some snow hanging around the tip of the mitts, across the straits and over towards our eastern counties and friends that border Lake Huron from Rogers City all the way down to Oscoda in the Saginaw Bay region. But in the last 3 to 4 hours that have passed since then, we've added a lot more snow to that, and we're going to continue to do so over the next several hours. By the afternoon, we'll be in the full swing of this, and we'll have snow pretty much widespread around the entire region. The area that it's going to get the least snow today is the furthest tip in the eastern upper Luce County. Is the only full county that doesn't have a winter weather advisory in effect. Every other county has winter weather advisories until 1 p.m. a.m. today. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if the National Weather Service does extend that by like an hour or two. Maybe. Well, that's up to them. I don't control any of that, of course. So now we'll get into the Stormcast, if I can find it. Here it is. So as I mentioned, a few hours from now, right around the afternoon, is when I believe we will be in the full swing of this. Almost everybody around northern Michigan, in the northern lower, and a good portion of the eastern upper too, should be getting snow by this point, even if it's only a little. Not everybody is just going to get absolutely pelted with snow today. A lot of people probably won't end up seeing a whole lot. But as this is system snow, and it's heavy snow, it's wet snow, it's dense. This is the worst kind of snow to drive in because it deposits on the roads, and it's basically just, it's almost ice. It's about as close to as you can get to ice without it actually being ice. And so that makes the traveling road conditions very bad, especially in the areas where it really piles up. So that's why we have the weather warn day in effect today. It's really for treacherous traveling conditions and low visibility that could really impact travel. And again, just for a day. So we'll have this linger through a good majority of the afternoon and evening. So there's, again, 4 or 5 o'clock. We're still going to be in full swing of this. By this point, though, the majority of the eastern upper should wind down to nothing more than just flurries. The majority of the eastern upper snow is going to be from now until like the early afternoon. Later in the afternoon, we'll swap our wind to out of the north as the system passes us to the east, and then that's when we'll cut off the snow up there. And we'll still have a good amount of snow in the northern lower. Exactly how much moisture that's available in this system and exactly where the low tracks as it progresses through the state over the next couple hours is going to depend on, or is going to determine, not depend on, it's going to determine what areas will see the most snow. As of right now, it's looking like areas east of I-75 and closer to Saginaw Bay are going to get the most snow. I think West Branch most recently was looking at like anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow over the course of the next 7 hours, and that's including the snow they've already gotten as well. So that'll continue on, linger on through a good majority of the evening, and then as I mentioned, it's going to cut off from a northerly wind, and then it's going to move out of the region by very late tonight. So we're going to have diminishing snow until probably right around midnight. And then by that point, it's going to be mostly flurries, still a couple isolated showers here, maybe some mix-in here and there. I do think it's entirely possible we could definitely get some mixed precip, maybe a little bit of rain if you're right on Lake Michigan, because it's going to be a lot warmer there. Everybody that's on Lake Michigan is going to be above freezing today. And then by tomorrow, it's going to be back to almost a completely dry day. A couple flurries, some isolated showers here and there, maybe some light lake effects, snow showers. But otherwise, tomorrow looks like a great day. And then Christmas Day looks even better. Christmas Day is warmer, and we've got basically, not basically, I would say 0 chances for any precip at all on Wednesday for our Christmas, which bodes well for a lot of people because that's when there's so much traveling that happens on that day and the day before and whatnot. So the last thing I will show is the snowfall. So again, as I mentioned, this is actually the newest report, which actually looks a little bit less than the last one. Generally speaking, 2 to 6 inches of snow, 1 to 4 on a more general basis, but I do think some areas, some localized, isolated areas could definitely get more than that. Same story as always. Areas in higher elevations are going to get more. Graylings probably, I wouldn't be surprised if they get more than 4 inches. Gaylord will probably end up getting around 4, and so on and so forth. Along or east of I-75 is our main snowpack today. And then the further west you move, I think you're going to see less and less snow. Like if you're really hugging Lake Michigan, I don't think you're going to end up seeing a whole lot out of this. No, I did say that was the last thing I was going to show. I lied. I want to show something else. Problem is I don't have it in the morning show slot because I don't ever use it on the morning show. So I'm going to have to go back and find it. But it's actually what I'll tell you what I want to show is the upper air pattern, our jet stream forecast, because that leads into what we're going to see for the remainder of the week, which is warmer weather, and at times much warmer than average weather for this time of year. Here's the jet stream forecast. I finally found it. So if you look off to the west, this is a look at like Tuesday, Wednesday. If you look off to the west there, you can see a ridge building, and that ridge is going to slot right on in here in the later half of the week on Tuesday. I'm sorry, not Tuesday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're going to be stuck in that ridging pattern for a couple days. And what that essentially means for us, if you know what a ridge is, if you've heard that term and know what it means a number of times, you would know that means we're going to be warmer. And I already alluded to that. I had said we're going to be warmer, so I kind of gave it away. But look at that. Current forecasted highs for an average in the northern lower on Sunday is 48, and it's 46 on Saturday. So that would that's around 20 or so degrees above the average for this time of year. It's only going to last for a couple of days. The longer-term instrumental forecast seems to suggest that we're going to get colder right after the end of this 7-day forecast. So like, it looks like oh, we're going to be warm for a while, but actually, like going into Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to, it's just going to blow up.
Was that again, Trevor?
It's going to absolutely blow up, like Paul McCartney on stage, living and dying. Boom.
It was the sound effect I was looking for.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah. There we go. Well, thanks, Trev.
Oh yeah. Let's go back to the weather quiz. Huh?
Yes.
And also say hi to our friends.
Yeah, we'll do that. We have a lot of people watching. And we'll start with Paul. He's at the top of my list here, saying good morning from Rogers City, saying hi to Brendan and Trevor. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
He was with us about 6:20 this morning as well.
Yeah, he was. You're right. You had mentioned that.
We have Jackie saying good morning, Brendan and Trevor. And we say hi, Jackie. It's 26 degrees in Kalkaska. The snow is coming down pretty good. She's going to venture out to church to help decorate for Christmas.
Stay safe.
Yeah, safe travels, Jackie. Joel's watching from the Pleasanton Patriots Pub, 29 degrees, cloudy, not snowing yet, he said, Trevor.
Pleasanton Patriots Pub, where is that?
That is in northern Manistee County.
Oh.
I think it's a name that Joel made up. Pleasanton is not made up, but I think the pub, I think it's Joel's house. Yeah. Chris is watching from East Lansing. Gail is saying good morning from Kingsley. It's 24 degrees and said light snow right there. Saying happy birthday to Gib, and all fighting some coughs over where Gail is. So hopefully
I'm dealing with that too, actually. I coughed a couple times on live television. I kind of had to just like get that out real quick.
Well, you're also
It's that
talking
time of
for
year, you know.
2.5 hours straight too, so get some gunk in there. And
Yeah. It's also just that time of year. It happens like I don't even have allergies, and it still happens to me. It just does.
It's so dry in here too.
Yeah.
Mark saying good morning from Zephyr Hills, Florida. 55 degrees right now. Looks like the high is going to be 74. I think Mark was also with us at 6:20. Trevor. Alice, our friend and weather watcher, is reporting 26 degrees and light snow. Nancy is saying good morning from East Jordan, where it's 28. Rich saying good morning. Paula saying good morning. Trevor and Brendan, 27 degrees and snowing there in Boyne Falls. Thank you, Paula. Susan Lash Sims watching again from Kalkaska, where it's snowing in 26. I'm hearing a theme.
Yes.
The snow.
Sounds like snow.
Yeah, it does. Jackie asking what days will be on this week.
Wonderful time of the year.
The only day, Jackie, that we're not going to be on is Wednesday.
Is
on
the
Christmas
actual
Day.
most wonderful time of the year. For some people. I guess that's a very opinionated thing to say, but
yeah,
we will not be here
I see
on
what you
Christmas.
mean, yep.
No work for anybody in this building.
except for the evening.
Except for the evening show. That's true. And the morning show. I should have clarified that. No work for anybody in this building for the morning show. I will not be here.
As far as I know, there's a
Director
6
Dan
and
in the
11
back
p.m.
will not be here.
Yep.
And neither will that guy. Isn't that right?
Will not be here, but
Will
we'll be
not
back
be here.
Thursday. Yep. Joel saying happy birthday to Gib. So is Kathy. Joel saying hi to Lori. Jackie saying hi to Gib. Is Gib even watching right now?
Probably
If he
not.
is-
If I was him, I'd be sleeping still.
If he is watching, he's not commenting.
Going out and doing some turkey hunting late and then just go to bed.
Some turkey hunting. So Kathy, Joel, Jackie saying happy birthday to Gib. Allie, our friend and coworker, is watching.
Hi.
Hi, Allie. It's 37 in Virginia this morning. Beth says hello, her mom, and we say hello to Beth.
Hello.
And Allie's saying happy birthday, Gib. If only he were watching right now, he would just have a big smile on his
He's
face.
a lurker. I bet he is
A lurker?
watching. I bet he is watching. He's just lurking.
Gib is a lurker. I like that. Amy is saying good morning from a chilly Punta Gorda. She's in Florida, by
That's
the way.
a new one. I haven't heard. Oh, that's not in Michigan. Okay.
No.
I was like, I have
border
not heard
Florida.
of that town. Where is that?
Yeah, Amy is way far south of us. Glad she's tuned in here.
Oh, what is it? Probably like 80 there? 80?
She says
70?
chilly, and of course everything's relative.
Chile. Yeah, I guess that's probably relative.
Amy, we'd love to know, what is the temperature right now in Punta Gorda?
I forgot what warm felt like for just like a brief moment when I went home
To Texas,
for the week that I did. The day that I traveled, I went through about a 70-degree temperature change in 5 hours.
Oh, my.
When I woke up Saturday morning, my flight was very early Saturday morning. Very early. So early that the Ubers weren't even running and I had to drive myself to the airport.
In
And-
Dallas, the Uber's not running?
No, here in Traverse City.
Oh, here, okay, gotcha.
And when I left the apartment, it was a frigid 6 degrees in Traverse City. And Traverse City is one of the warmer areas around here too. So 6 degrees here. And by the time I got in Dallas, DFW airport, it was 71. And they also had sunshine, which is something else I haven't seen in a long time here.
I bet it was nice.
And then it immediately got ruined because the next day there was like rain and fog around. It was kind of a dreary day, but it was still warm. It was like 60.
That is, I mean, for December, yeah, not too bad. What else do we have here? Oh, our friend and coworker Heather is
Hi.
with us as well. We have Allie,
She's an
we have
Alpina,
Heather.
right?
Say it again.
She's an Alpina, right? I think she said.
So it looks like she's getting ready to leave soon.
Oh, okay.
But it's 27 and snowing in TC. Thank you,
You gotta
Heather, for that
let us
weather
know how
report.
Alpina is. How that ends up going.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll give us a full recap. And Jackie is going to say B. So it looks like the 109 option. Mark saying good morning from Fremont, Indiana. It's 28 degrees. My mom's watching from Port Huron. Good morning, Mom. She's saying good morning to Brendan and Trevor from a snowy Port Huron. Hope
Hello.
everybody has a wonderful holiday week.
Greetings.
Thank you, Mom. B is Gail's guess as well. Joel wants Heather to have a great vacation and Merry Christmas. Tammy saying Merry Christmas from Grand Haven. Susan Lash Sims guessing 87. Chris guessing 87. Joel guessing 122. Paula guessing 109. And Thomas is watching from Ionia. Good morning, Thomas. It's very calm right now, bracing for snow. Going to Sheboygan on Thursday morning. Hope the weather cooperates, he says, and God bless.
Yeah, the remainder of the week looks nice. On Thursday, you might run into a couple isolated showers. Rain showers, not snow. Fun. Rain. Yeah, beyond today, it looks fine. Like maybe some flurries around tomorrow. It's a bunch of hoo-boo-loo-boo. Nothing.
What was that, Trevor?
I forgot what that word was. No, it's not even a word. It's an old like heebie-jeebie saying. Not heebie-jeebie.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting all my words mixed up now. It's too early in the morning.
I'm
for this.
curious to
Even
know
though
what
it's,
direction you're going in. I'd love to know.
8:54.
Right. We have Alice saying, hi, Heather, Merry Christmas. And Paula saying happy birthday, Gib. And Tammy saying good morning. Looks like we're all caught up. Wonder if Santa's arm is getting tired, doing a lot of waving.
That's a lot. I wonder how long
now
he
he
do
kind of
that.
moves forward a little bit.
Well, I got to get the angle right.
With all,
He's at like a
see,
90 degree.
You kind of have to go into your ear. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
He also hasn't blinked
the
a single
toys.
time.
Must have dry eyes. Yeah.
How are his eyes not red yet? Shanna, are you okay?
Santa.
Are we ready?
If you're
I
okay,
believe it sounds
blink.
like we're ready for the answer.
Yes, we're all caught up in the comments, Trev.
Drum roll, please. Why is it not working? There we go. 122. 122 low temperature records across the United States over the course of one day, and that was exactly today in 1989. And the average low temperature in the state of Illinois, for the average low temperature, I had to read that correctly, the average low temperature for the entire state of Illinois that day was -20.
My gosh. Frigid.
And I thought the -14 in Grayling the other night was cold. -20 was the average, lads. Like that's ridiculous. There's probably some like -30s in there or something.
-14, -20, all way too cold.
Gosh, like I like the cold, but that is cold.
That's dangerous
That's
cold,
frostbite in like 5 minutes.
Yes, doesn't take long. We have standings.
There it is.
There they are.
Producer Drew. I said that live on TV too. I had to correct myself. I was like, Producer Trevor. And Drew's his last name. And then our
We have two
Facebook viewer,
Trevors
Carrie.
this week, yeah.
Our Facebook viewer was Carrie that tuned in, gave us the answer. Fortunately, she was not correct. But as always, tune in at a whopping 6:30 or 6:20 tomorrow, and you have your chance. Every single day of the week, except Wednesday, because we won't be here.
Yeah, our friends were a little shy to answer. It took a little while for somebody to answer.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
but
Maybe
don't
my
be
questions
scared.
are just are too intimidating.
I was telling Trevor, when he includes Celsius, I shut down.
Yeah.
I get scared.
I got to do it sometimes. When I went to school, everything was in Celsius and meters and centimeters and stuff. I didn't. Like my professor, the main professor, the head of the meteorology department, had told me, I want you to have no concept of like relating the two different units. I want you to just know the unit by habit, right? So like we as Americans, just as an example, like we as Americans, we know the customary unit, right? And like most people that have a good sense of size know how long or how tall 5 feet is, right? But most Americans, if you ask them, like, if you said like 2 meters, most Americans would be like 2 meters, and then they have to go through a conversion in their head, like, wait, well, a meter is about a yard. It's a little bit shorter, but it's about a yard, and a yard's 3 feet, so 2 meters is about 6 feet. My professor was like, no, none of that.
Oh, dear.
We don't want you to go through that conversion. We want you to just get to the point where you know instinctively how long 2 meters is, just like you would know how long 6 feet is without having to make the conversion. And so I went through college, and I just got used to that unit, and I learned a lot of stuff that way, and I never cared to go back the other way. It's like,
I see. So I guess it makes sense, especially when you're dealing with a lot of Celsius talk in your degree,
Celsius,
Trevor. Yeah.
Centimeters and meters.
Yep.
Everything we did with upper air was in meters or millibars. 500 millibars this, 5,000 meters this, 2,000 meters this, 850 millibars this.
And then we have Bethel saying Merry Christmas from Manistee. Thank you, Bethel. And Dan, if you don't mind rolling the next thing. Madison's not with us. Normally we tell you what Madison's doing tomorrow, but she has some time off. But what we can tell you is that Trevor, Dan, the other Trevor, myself, will all be with you at 4:30.
We will be back.
Yep. 4:30 to 7. You can join us online as well if you're like Amy. I think it was Amy who was in Punta Gorda, Florida. You can stream us live. And then if you want to go back to any of the newscasts, I know some people actually call the station to ask sometime, oh, I missed something. How can I go back and watch? News On app. It's all one word. It's free. It goes back a couple days, like records the newscast so you can watch it on demand.
Oh.
News On.
That is handy dandy.
Oh, you've never seen that?
I've heard of the app, but I didn't know that it could do that.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool.
I think 2 days is a safe time to go back. Maybe even 3. I think it's more like 2. But anyway, if you don't want to go to our website, which that's the live streaming, that's a great option. But if you want to go back a couple days, yeah, News On. For free. Who else do we have here watching? That looks like about it. Anything else on your mind?
No, I think that about covers it. Didn't have very many questions today relating about other things.
You must
So
have answered everybody's question.
No, yeah, there was nothing. There was no rambling for me today, right? Like no random topic for me to meander off on for like 10 minutes.
Maybe tomorrow. We'll
Maybe
see what
tomorrow. We'll see. We
brings.
still got 2 other days for that, or 3 other days for that.
Yep. We will see you tomorrow at 4:30 on TV and then also streaming as well. We'll see you there. Take care.